any tips for letting go? I mean, in life, not necessarily just with women.
Well, letting go really is an act of self control, learning to accept what is, living in the present moment. Because we often ruminate about what may or may not happen in the future, or we're ruminating about the past. Very seldomly are we just focused on, hey, right now we're doing a live stream. Let's focus on that and be here now with all of us instead of thinking, shit, did I leave the fucking oven on? Did I put the toilet seat down? Is my girlfriend gonna get pissed? Did I take the clothes out of the washer? I gotta get my car washed this weekend. Be in the moment. Be here now, as the phrase goes. So it's an art. You got to practice at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you live in the future or you live in the past, you're you're not really acknowledging the present moment.
You're not appreciating it.
Exactly.
You're letting it fly by and not realizing how precious this one moment really is.
Ask yourself, what can I be grateful for in my life right now?
I broke up with my girlfriend due to constant arguments and her refusal to take accountability. I contacted her hoping for a resolution. She refused. I wished her well and I walked away. Any advice?
The strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. And if she refused accountability, well, you can't solve problems unless you can talk openly and honestly about them. And it doesn't sound like she was willing to be honest and open or take any accountability. And if you're trying to resolve your differences, you can't solve them unless she acknowledges it. And it doesn't sound like she wants to. So there's not a lot you can do at that point. And so you walked away, and the strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. So now you're in the meaning it phase. So that means you're never ever going to speak to her again as long as you live unless she breaks no contact. Because her breaking no contact is basically her submitting to you. Her saying, you know what, honey, sorry for being such a bitch. You were right. I need to be accountable or whatever. Because unless she gives in and bends the fucking knee, well, you're not going to fix it. But if you keep chasing her and running after her, you don't really mean what you said. You didn't really mean the walking away. And then she's going to think you're a bitch and continue doing and probably get worse what she was doing before.
Saba MD or Sabi MD asks, "Hey coach, how do you set a boundary without coming off as upset, uncentered, or perturbed, i.e., canceling dates last minute?"
Well, if a girl cancels a date on you at the last minute and doesn't offer a reschedule, then you're just not going to ask her out again because she just wasted your fucking time. When a girl cancels like an hour before, it just means her interest is low. She doesn't respect you. She doesn't respect your time, and she don't really give a fuck about you. So if you don't value or respect your time, nobody else will either. And so if a woman has canceled on you and never brought up a reschedule, then you're never going to ask her out again, even if she continues contacting you. The only way you'll go out with her again is if she brings up getting together when she continues to contact you first. So, because after she's canceled an hour before, and then 3 days later she wants to chit chat, I'll send a few messages back and forth, and you just say, hey, I got to run. I'll talk to you later. And just leave the conversation. In other words, if she calls you, you'll talk for a few minutes. She's like, hey, it was great hearing from you. I got to run. I'll talk to you later. And you just keep leaving the conversation because she disrespected your time, and so you're not going to give her the opportunity to waste any of your time. She actually has to bring up getting together and seeing you before you'll do that. And if she does bring it up, and then I would invite her over to make dinner at your place, and as long as you hang out, have fun, and hook up, then again, I wait to hear from her, invite her over, just follow what's in Seven Principles of Get an X back in that case. Make her come to your house 3 dates in a row. And if she does that, and then, because probably if the girl's canceling dates and he was seeing her for a while, he's probably calling too much, he's texting too much, pursuing too much. And I've kind of noticed that the last few weeks with the video newsletters is I've just seen a string of guys that are, and even my phone sessions, it's kind of weird how that stuff goes in cycles. I'm seeing a lot of guys just calling and texting too much. Like one of the guys from the video newsletter yesterday, he's read the book 5 times
40%.
and he's doing 40% pursuing, and then the girl dumped him, and the week before she dumped him, she said told one of his friends when they were together that he was a keeper, and also told him that he was the best sex she ever had. And then a week later, she basically says that there's not enough romance and they feel like an old married couple. And so what is this guy doing? Every week, because he's 60 and she's 65, if I remember right, and they're expats living in Mexico, every week this is what they do. Twice a week, they do salsa. And once a week, they Netflix and chill. Every fucking week, it's the same thing. So that's obviously why she's saying that if they feel like an old married couple, because he does the same 3 dates every week. And he's pursuing her 40%. So, and more than likely, he's probably pursuing her even more than that, because when I looked at what she was doing, he basically elicited platonic feelings in her. And when it's 50-50 pursuing, it doesn't, across the board heterosexual relationships, across the board gay relationships, across the board lesbian relationships, when it's 50-50, the masculine one is going to get friend zoned. It's inevitable. Never want to do more than 20-30% of the calling, texting, pursuing, and most women, the normal healthy ones, will let you get away with 95-100% of it. Because again, she's going to be calling, texting, FaceTiming 2-3 times a day, every day. Just, she's always going to be in contact. There's just no reason when your relationship gets to that stage to even reach out. It'll be counterproductive. Because most of the time, the guys are wanting to see their girls more than the girls want to see them, because they're pursuing too much. They're trying to make too much happen too soon and too short of a time period. And I would assume probably Caroline especially, you notice that with just men in general, they're in a rush for everything. They're in a rush to kiss, they're in a rush to hook up, they're in a rush to get into a relationship, they're in a rush to talk to you, they're in a rush to get together.
Yeah.
Way faster than you're comfortable.
Yeah. It's like they're on a time limit, time bomb or something. Like the end,
Time
the world's gonna end tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
It's like, no, relax. I'll be here as long as you act right.
Yeah, see, that's the key, is that most guys are trying to make things happen too quickly. And when the girl is just kind of like, hey, I'm not sure my schedule, then they become a little bit more forceful. And then it comes off as kind of smothering and a little controlling. And then what's going to happen is then you're going to really get squirrely and flaky type of behavior from the girl. She's not going to feel safe with you because you're not calm. And masculinity is calm. And a guy that's upset and butthurt is going to not make her feel safe. She's not going to feel safe being alone with him.
Yeah.
Because those are the guys that don't have any self-control. The guys that don't have self-control are the ones that are dangerous. And that's why they scare women away.
It gets draining. We need some time away from each other to miss each other.
Yes. So you got to go slower than the girl. And, you know, as Caroline was just saying, overwhelming majority of guys are trying to go way faster than she is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for guys because, again, purpose, drive, mission, succeeding, accomplishing, breaking through barriers is all masculine energy. And so we're used to, in our careers, doing something to make things happen. But when it comes to women, trying to make her like you more will totally backfire and blow up in your face. You have to let her come to you to the point where she gets a little frustrated that you're kind of going too slow. You're not seeing her as much as she would like. You're not available as much as she would like. Your dates are not as long as she would like. She'd like to see you more than you're able to see her. Not that you withhold these things, but you let her do most of the speeding up of that. And if you follow what's in the book, as the weeks go by, you'll notice that she'll be the one to speed the courtship up. She'll be the one to call you more, to text you more, or say, hey, I'm in the area, can I stop by? You'll get those kinds of things, because that's what girls do. They literally will not fucking leave you alone. They'll be obsessed about you. They'll come over, oh, look, I got a plant for your table, or oh, look, I got some new sheets for your bed. Let's put these on, or oh, I got you a new shirt. I want to see what you look like in it. And they just come up with reasons to be near you. And that happens automatically if you apply what's in the book. It's really easy that way. But when you do that, you're acting like a girl and it freaks them out. It's the complete opposite of the way the sexual polarity should be.
What's the best way to regain respect and display masculinity to an ex after over pursuing and going through a tough time, especially if not in no contact?
Well, the mindset that he's got is he's trying to prove himself to her. How do I get her attention? How do I win her back? But if she dumped you, well, you need to focus on what's in the book and applying it and getting better. So if she does reach out and break no contact, she finds a more attractive, more confident, cockier, more successful, better version of you. And then you just follow what's in Seven Principles, get an X-Pack. Invite her over to make dinner at your place. Hang out, have fun, hook up. But if you're in no contact, then as far as you're concerned, you're never ever going to speak to her ever again as long as you live, unless she reaches out to you first. Because unless she breaks no contact, there's no way to fix it again, because you got dumped. So it takes two to tango, and it takes two people that want to work things out. And so if you're in no contact, you've basically both walked away from the negotiating table and you haven't heard anything. So as far as you know, she's going to ride off into the sunset and you're never going to speak again.